Welcome here, Punch Out Boxing. Delighted to be speaking to Spenceroliver, my neighbour, but I think it's the first time we actually spoke sort of in an interview.
It is, mate, and we end up doing that here in Poland. How crazy.
Crazy, but hey, the weirdest things happen. Talking to neighbours, I'm out here to support fellow North Londoner, Lawrence. Don't know what you think as a pro. I see this fight as physically very dangerous, but stylistically actually should be easy to work out because Rozanski's
Do you know
crude
what?
slugger.
I think that crudeness of Rozanski makes it quite difficult actually, because when he's going to come in very low, you see the height difference. Lawrence Okolie's like 6'5". He's got a considerable height difference. And Rozanski, who actually was a good amateur, he boxes very crude and he comes in and he's wild. He triples up on the right hand and he comes in low. And it all looks very unconventional, but that makes it effective. So you never quite know where them shots are coming from, and he's very, very, very aggressive in his approach as well, and that makes him dangerous. He punches when his opponent punches. So for Okolie, he's got to come in here with the right mind games, right strategy. He was talking. I've been talking with him and Joe Gallagher all through the week. Joe's been talking about. Joe's very meticulous in what he does. He's a great student of the game. So they've got a game plan. Lawrence has to be more aggressive. He's got to meet fire with fire, but he's got to be educated in what he does. Key shots for him, that straight right hand through the middle. If he lands that shot, it's going to be effective. The uppercuts as well as Rozanski comes in low. But Rozanski, as he's doing that, he's got to be careful with throwing the uppercuts. Rozanski doesn't go over the top with those right hands. Because as we saw almost a year ago to the day against Alan Babbage, when Rozanski won the WBC Bridgerweight title, is that he can be very dangerous and he likes having a tear up. So look, I don't expect this fight to go past 6 rounds, and I think that if Okolie can get into any sort of rhythm, make it difficult for Rozanski, it's going to be a tough night for Rozanski. But Rozanski on the flip side can make it very tough for Lawrence if he can close that gap.
One of the criticisms of Lawrence, we know about the clinching. Is that a sign of a fighter who doesn't have confidence in their punch resistance, or isn't comfortable getting hit, even if their punch resistance isn't particularly bad?
I tell you where that comes from. I think that little bit of negativity when he's doing it, maybe that lack of self-belief and that lack of confidence is, for me, I think that we saw against Chris Billham-Smith last year at that Vitality Stadium that the punch resistance seemed to have left Lawrence, and that's down to weight making. He's 6'5", he's a big guy, comes down from like 19 odd stone. So Bridgerweight is a better weight for him. He's weighing now actually 16 stone, which is the Bridgerweight limit. When you think about that, that's what Alexander Usyk weighed last week against Tyson Fury. So what I'm saying is, it's much better for Lawrence Okolie. That suits him much better. So I think that this week, the Happy Fight is a dangerous fighter, and he's been good all week, speaking with the media, doing what he's got to do. And I think that is a very, very, very positive sign. And Okolie is much more suited to this weight, and that's why he's saying, I'm going to be more aggressive. I'm going to meet him, because I think that the punch resistance will be there, because I think he was draining too much to make that. He'd outgrown cruiserweight for me. I think we've seen that in his last couple of performances. So it was a clever move, an obvious move to step up.
As you said, though, we all expect this to be explosive, brief, imperative that Lawrence doesn't get caught cold in those first couple of rounds.
Come on, man, Rozanski is 15-0, 14 KOs, never gone past 4 rounds. Tells you everything you need to know. It's all about Lawrence, being educated in his approach. Like I say, looking at Joe earlier on today even, they were breaking down where Lawrence's feet need to be, how he needs to come off the angles, how he sets the traps, how he picks certain shots. They're going through a fine-tooth comb. So if he can implement that into the fight, he's got the attributes to come off victorious. But you can't write Rozanski off, because, as you've seen out there, packed house out here in Poland. Rozanski is a huge name out here. He was at a weigh-in yesterday. You heard the crowd. It was in a shopping centre. Stories high. Lukasz. They're going mad for him. He's a big name out here, and that will feed the fire for him going in there. It's about how Lawrence copes with that approach. When he comes out here, reality kicks in. The spotlights go on him. Will he hold his nerve? Can he do that? The answer is yes. I think he can. He's well travelled. He's travelled well as an amateur and as a pro. So look, It's an interesting fight. It really is. It's all in the balance. Lawrence for me would start the slight favourite, but it's a difficult fight. It really is. We've got a great team behind him.
I know you've got a lot of media obligations. Final predictions. How's this sound? One end.
I think that Lawrence gets it right. I think that he's got the right team behind him. I think that Joe Gallagher has installed that. He works on the psychological side as well as the physicalities, and I think that Joe stripped him back when he went up there to Manchester. Chose Joe as a trainer. Joe said, "Listen, you're not going to have it easy. Give him hard sparring." Made it hard for him. Stripped back all those privileges. Made it like sort of Rocky style, taking that away from him, and reinstalled the hunger and the fire in his belly that's been missing. That reason I'm going to go for Okoli to win by stoppage.
That's 3 out of 3 out of everyone I've asked.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
All right, come on then. Let's go,
see.
Lawrence.
Lawrence, let's hope he does it, and hopefully next time I have a proper long interview.
100%. Let's do that. Cheers.